Hello, hello. Welcome back to Ketamine Connections. I am your host, Anna Krishtal. Happy freaking New Year. I'm so freaking excited, guys. I over the moon. So I am recording this episode. It is, what is it, December 30th. It's Monday, and I am in Kripalu up in Massachusetts, and it is so beautiful here. Not necessarily my view because we got the we paid so much extra for for the view, and we got the view of the parking lot. So womp womp on that. I'm here for a dance retreat so that I can consciously dance into the new year, and I'm going completely off script. I am such a major New Year's nerd. I have loved New Year's since I was a little kid. There's probably a lot of backstory on that, but I've always been like from like age 7, I remember being such a freaking New Year's nerd. The week leading up to the new year, I'd be like, oh my God, it's the last Monday of the new year. Oh my, or the old year. Like, oh my God, it's the last Monday of the year. It's the last Tuesday of the year. It's my last shower of the year. It's my last meal of the year. Like, I was such a little nerd about New Year's, and I'm still that nerd. And so that is why I wanted to record an episode as close to the new year as possible. Wednesday is always my launch date for episodes. And so, Wednesday is January 1st. Happy freaking New Year. If you're listening to this on January 1st, I freaking love you. If you're not listening to this on January 1st, I still fucking love you. But here's the thing. I wanted this to be a transmission as close to the new year as possible, which is why I'm recording this on Monday. Honestly, guys, I don't even think my team's online. I think I'm in charge of editing this myself, in which case you might have already noticed that there's no intro to this because I don't even know how to make all the magic happen. So if this sounds like crap and you can't even listen to it, namaste, take care of yourself. I find sound to be the most important thing in podcasting. I am going to do my best to make this sound as best as possible, but what I wanted to make really, 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 really as best as possible is the transmission of like how to change your brain in 2025. The episode title, 3 Ways to Change Your Brain in 2025. This is something that is near and dear to my heart, right? Changing your brain is changing your life. It's changing your subconscious mind. It's changing literally everything in your experience. And it's absolutely possible. And the thing that, as an adult now, what I love most about the new year, especially in the line of work that I'm in, is that this feels like the time of year where everyone is awake to the power of change, right? Everyone is like, hey, actually, like, there is a turning of the chapter, right? We're closing 2024, opening 2025. And by the way, you can access that change on a random Tuesday on March 24th. I don't know if March 24th is Tuesday this year, but you get it, right? You can just like literally make a decision and change your whole freaking life. I've seen it. I've experienced it. I've guided people to it. You don't need the new year, a birthday, a holiday. You don't need any of that to make it happen. However, what happens is there is a collective consciousness. There's a collective energy, and the collective energy of New Year's is like, change, newness, something different. And I freaking love that shit. I freaking love that shit. I love that everybody is awake right now, even if people are like, oh, I'm going to make the same exact choices as I did in 2024. Namaste. Like, do your freaking thing. Maybe 2024 was the best year of your freaking life. And you're like, whatever I did there, I just want to like magnify in 2025. Great. Maybe you're like, wow, 2024 was a freaking dumpster fire. I want to do everything different. Amazing. Listen up. No matter where you are, this episode is magic because here's the thing, whether you want to stay the same or change, there is no staying the same. Change is the only constant of life. So learning how to change your mind, how to change your brain, how to change your life experience is going to do you well, whether, you're coming out of the best year, the worst year, or just a really freaking mediocre year, right? And that's what I love about New Year's is that we're all in this collective conversation of like, hey, something new is possible here. Okay. So I want to be really clear here. What I am not talking about is I'm not talking about resolutions, right? I'm not talking about making a resolution for 2025. Why? There is so much science that resolutions don't work. There is so much science out there that tell us that resolutions fail. Not only do they fail fast. Studies show that over 90%, different studies show different things, but it's somewhere between like 91 and 94% of New Year's resolutions fail. And again, they fail before the month of January is even up. We're not set up for success. Here's why. One, hi, the holiday season that we're coming out of is hectic AF. Like, from what is it, like, I mean, maybe Thanksgiving or maybe Halloween, life has just been on fast forward. There's been gatherings, there's been a lot of doing, which is also like not the season of winter, whether you're in a winter, like cold winter or not. It is not the season of winter to be like running around hyper social, meeting like all the people, eating all the things, doing all the things. And so then to like come out of that season of like a lot of doing, a lot of seeing, a lot of activity, life has been literally on fast forward for me since like Thanksgiving. Yeah, like the week leading up to Thanksgiving, and maybe for you too. And so to put that kind of pressure of like, I'm going to overhaul my existence, I'm going to resolve to be a different person into the new year, you're not setting yourself up for success. And that is honestly not even what I'm talking about, because the thing is, the resolutions, like the theory of resolutions, the action of resolutions, the idea of resolutions comes from a totally different thing. It comes from your conscious mind. It comes from willpower. Willpower is an exhaustible resource. You can only make a certain amount of decisions in a day. You can only use the 5% of your conscious mind so much. What I'm talking about is I'm talking about tapping into the 95% that is your subconscious mind to literally change your mind. So you don't have to think about like, oh, what am I eating? No, you're already the person that is eating the things that you want to eat, right? It was like, not like, oh, what are the actions that I take to stick to this resolution? No, you're already living that because you've changed your subconscious mind, and your subconscious mind is pumping thoughts, pumping actions, pumping habits, pumping patterns that support the person that you want to become in 2025 and beyond. So I'm not talking about resolutions. I'm talking about neuroplasticity. Neuroplasticity is a scientific name for you can change your brain. It's a scientific name for you can literally, until the day you die, we have known this for decades, your brain does not reach a maturation, like a maturity, a final growth point ever. You can change your brain forever. Yes, ketamine makes it more possible. It makes it more accessible. It makes it easier to change your brain 100%. However, you can change your brain whenever the heck you want, and you can do it by changing the subconscious mind. Neuroplasticity, fancy word that says you can change your brain. So that's what I'm talking about in this episode. I'm talking about neuroplasticity. So whether you are using ketamine or not, you have access to neuroplasticity. Whether you use ketamine and then use the things that I'm going to talk about in this episode, or you don't use ketamine and you use the things that I'm talking about in this episode, it doesn't matter, because whether you're using ketamine or not, you're going to need to reinforce the new ways of being into your subconscious mind. The ketamine just like drops the veil of your subconscious mind and says like, here is the buffet of your thoughts. Do you want to eat all of them? Or like, hey, do you want some freaking discernment, and do you want to like do something different? And you can lower that veil, access the subconscious mind anytime that you like, and yeah, change those thoughts around, which actually is a great time to mention that the Subliminal workshop is happening this month. It is my favorite workshop. It is a synthesis of so many things that I have done. And what it's combining is, affirmations, right? So first of all, goals. Like, what do you want to do in 2025? Professional, personal, whatever, doesn't matter. Is that goal aligned with your subconscious mind? If not, I'm going to offer you tweaks. First of all, I'm going to give you a test. I'm going to help you test if it is aligned with your subconscious mind. If it is not, I'm going to offer you ways to align it to your subconscious mind. Then we're going to make affirmations that speak directly to your subconscious mind. Literally, guys, check out the website. There's like amazing testimonials on there of people being like, wow, this was like, now I know how to talk to my subconscious mind. It is different. The language of the subconscious mind is different than the language of the conscious mind. And so we're going to give you affirmation. You're going to create affirmations that speak directly to your subconscious mind. And then we're going to put them into a subliminal recording that you can play while you're cooking, while you're, I don't know, doing work, whatever it is. And it is reprogramming your subconscious mind without you having to do much work. So yeah, that workshop is January 29th, 8 p.m. Eastern. It's in the show notes. There's also a discount code in the show notes. And yeah, okay. So the first thing to change your brain in 2025 is to observe your thoughts. Okay. And I know that sounds really simple, but here's the thing. We think anywhere between 60 and 80,000 thoughts a day. Let me say that again for the cheap seats in the back. We think between 60,000 and 80,000 thoughts per day. 80,000 thoughts per day. Now, the only thing that's like more mind-blowing than that is that, guys, 95% of those are on repeat. 95% of those thoughts are the same ones you had the day before and the day before that and the day before that and the day before that, unless you have taken the time and put in the effort to change your thoughts. Now, I believe in observing your thoughts. I observe my thoughts all the time. I question my thoughts all the time. If you are not questioning your thoughts, if you think that everything you believe is fact and you need to think, believe every thought that you think, God bless you. I love you so much. I used to be the same way. You do not need to believe every single thought that you think. You just don't. And in fact, as you become observant of your thoughts, you might realize that, like, I don't know, for me, at least half of them are freaking shit. They're judgmental, they're catty, they're like negative, they're just like not the things that I want to live out. And so therefore the process of observing your thoughts is the process of understanding what is even going on underneath the surface. And it's really important too, because every thought that you think produces a chemical in your body, right? You think a stressful thought, you're going to produce adrenaline or cortisol or something like that. And then your body becomes like, ooh, what a cheap hit. What a cheap hit. I'm going to think these thoughts to get a cheap hit. And so it's not just a matter of observing your thoughts. It's a matter of observing the process that your thoughts create. Now, how do you do that? Gosh, so many ways. One is meditation for sure. Like, absolutely, you can meditate, you can become observant of your thoughts, you can journal. Number two, I'm going to get into it, is using hypnosis recordings. Anything that gets you to just like stop and observe what is happening underneath the surface of your thoughts, underneath your conscious mind, is a worthwhile endeavor. Some people get it through running. Some people get it through long drives. Some people get it through martial arts, yoga. There's moving meditations, there's still meditations, there's, active, there's passive, whatever it is. If you could just stop and be like, okay, what am I thinking right now? Okay, I'm thinking that it's getting dark in here and I'm worried about the recording. Okay, whatever. I don't have the capacity to turn on the light. Whatever it is that is running underneath the surface, you want to tap into that. If you want to change your brain in 2025, you want to change your relationship with your thoughts and you want to start observing your thoughts. Now, I talked about meditation. Let me go to number two. If you want to change your brain in 2025, hypnosis recordings are the best bang for your buck. I started working with hypnosis recordings in 2015. 10-year anniversary of me working with hypnosis recordings. They're the fucking shit. Guys, they are the absolute, like, a most amazing thing. Here's why. Meditation, you stop, you witness, you observe, you let it float by. That there's many types of meditation. That's the classical type of meditation, right? You're just like, observe the thoughts in your brain like the clouds in the sky. Great. Love it. Do that for sure. Worthwhile use of your time. Hypnosis takes it one step further and says, wait, do I want to think these thoughts, right? Hypnosis is essentially meditation with an agenda. It's meditation with a goal. It's meditation with a purpose, right? the purpose of meditation is to stop and observe. The purpose of hypnosis is to be like, wait, actually, let me take it one step further. Let me get deeper. Let me go a little bit further, and let me, just take things a little bit, use my willpower to take my power back, right? To be like, oh, actually, I don't want to think that thought. Oh, actually, that thought really sucks. Throw that one in the garbage. Like, oh, that thought, God, I've been having that thought for 25 years. Like, that thought's still around. Like, namaste, old friend, you're still here. Amazing. So, hypnosis recordings are incredible. I have a free library of hypnosis recordings on my website. I'll link that down below. And they're amazing. They are powerful, especially if you hate meditation, or you can't stop thinking in meditation, or you're shit at meditation, or whatever story you have about meditation. If it is a negative one, listen to hypnosis recordings, especially my hypnosis recordings. I've been doing them for years. I love them. They're literally the collection of the best ones that I have. And I've heard from literally dozens of people over, I don't know, the past 6 years that I've been doing this, that people who are bad at meditation can connect with my hypnosis recordings, just because I also used to be bad at meditation. So I got you. I've recovered, and now I can help you recover. All right. Number 3, the third way to change your brain in 2025. Y'all, subliminal recordings. I cannot believe that I have not been using subliminal recordings for longer. I've known about them for years, but really just started incorporating them into my daily, not really daily, but weekly practice this year. This year that just ended. You're in the new year. I'm such a nerd. So the subliminal recordings, what they do is that they conceal affirmations underneath the music, right? So you can actually go to my website for the workshop. On the website that has the workshop, there's a sample recording there, and it has like really generic affirmations in there that I made that are like, I don't even remember what they were, but something probably along the lines of, I'm strong, I'm capable, I'm powerful, I'm amazing, etc. And subliminal recordings, yeah, they hide the text, the words. You're not going to hear them, right? So if you go to the website, you listen to a subliminal recording, what you hear is like just like the ambient meditation track. What is underneath is your affirmations. And so those affirmations are getting plugged into your subconscious mind without you having to put in the effort. Like, the effort is great. Definitely put in the effort, use some self-hypnosis, use some whatever meditation, hypnosis recordings, moving meditation, journaling, etc. And what the subliminal recording does is that it puts it all underneath the surface without you having to actively participate in it. And gosh, guys, people are using these recordings. They're sleeping better. They're making more money. They are feeling better, more positive. It's literally, if magic was real, which it is, this is magic. Subliminal recordings are magic. So, I have a workshop coming up January 29th. All of the information is in the show notes. Check out the workshop. That is where you will be guided on how to craft your own subliminal recording. So my biggest like joy in life would be if everyone had their own subliminal recording, but especially people going into ketamine journeys. If everyone in a ketamine journey was listening to an ambient track that underneath had like your intention, your goals, the things that you're coming to ketamine for, like, what a difference that would make. If you are undergoing ketamine treatment listening to this episode, please reach out. All of my contact information is in the show notes. My website is the best way to contact me. I'm still not back on Instagram after getting kicked off last month. But just email me, shoot me an email. Let me know what clinic you are doing ketamine at, and let me know if I can work with you to make you a personalized recording and watch your life just hit the fast forward button on all the changes that you're making. That is the power of subliminal recordings. Again, whether you're doing ketamine or not, subliminal recordings are the absolute bomb.com. Can we say that? Is that too old? Just kidding. Okay. All right, that's it. That is all I have for you today. 3 ways to change your brain in 2025. Observe your thoughts and, start the process of changing them. Work with hypnosis recordings and subliminal recordings, guys. That is like 3 simple ways to change your brain. And as I mentioned earlier, when you change your brain, you change your life, you change your actions, you change literally everything. You make it so easy to make changes, to have different goals, to set out on different achievements, because you're not willing it, white knuckling it with your 5% conscious mind, but rather you are accessing the 95% subconscious mind and making literally anything you want possible. And I have truly seen that with or without ketamine. I have seen people transform their lives by changing their subconscious minds. And it's possible for you too. So yeah, so I hope you join me for the first workshop of the year, January 29th. All of those links are in the show notes. I would love to have you there. I would love to have you empowered with your own subliminal recording for 2025. Share this episode with someone who just feels stuck, who feels like their life is on repeat. I know sometimes on my Spotify Wrapped playlist, there's like the songs from last year that make it on there. If that feels like your thoughts, your life, things are just looping, you're like on a merry-go-round, you're like, oh, I've seen this before, and again, and again, and again, and again. I got you. Come to the workshop, learn about your subconscious mind, make a subliminal recording that speaks directly to you and your subconscious mind, and watch life just like take off. Watch it move in a different direction. Watch literal magic happen. And I'm so excited that that is even possible. And if you're listening to this episode and you know that this is possible for you, go ahead and just, sign up for the workshop, share this with a friend. And thanks for tuning in to Ketamine Connections today. Happy freaking New Year. Freaking love New Year. Whatever you do, make it fun. See y'all next time on Ketamine Connections. Bye.
Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Ketamine Connections. I hope you found our discussion insightful and empowering. Remember that understanding the subconscious mind and how to make the most of ketamine therapy can truly transform someone's healing journey. And if you enjoyed today's episode, please take a moment to share it with your friends and family and anyone who might benefit from this information. So few people considering ketamine therapy are fully educated about its potential and the impact that it has on the subconscious mind. Your share could be the key element to their transformation. Don't forget to subscribe to Ketamine Connections so that you never miss an episode. And if you have a moment, I absolutely adore reading your reviews. So your feedback really helps me feel like this is an engaging exercise. Otherwise, I just feel like I'm talking into empty internet space. So your review really helps light me up and also helps me reach more audience. So I would appreciate one if you're willing. And please use the link below to submit any questions or topics that you would like covered. I cannot wait to hear from you and to co-create this journey together. Until next time, keep exploring, stay curious, and embrace the possibilities that are available in this moment right here, right now. Thanks so much. See you next time on Ketamine Connections.